Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you're joining us from. We hope you felt welcome. So, this is a Gym Team webinar, and we are going to welcome you now. The welcome team, can you just welcome our guests? Just quick summary. I know you've done it individually, so we can start.
Greetings from the great state of Virginia, USA. My name is Marie Pendy. I am one of the Dream Team leaders. I am here to welcome you with open arms. Each week we look forward to seeing you here because we have good things to have to give out. We thank you for coming. I have gone around and welcomed everybody, and let's welcome our special leader, speaker, motivator, everything, Mr. Michael Williams Ames. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Marie, for making us feel all welcome. Before we start, I know all of us are really looking forward to hear from our speaker today. But before we start, we like to do two things. We like to play our signature tune. We know if you are in ONPASSIVE, our slogan is "In it to win it," and we were gifted by one of our own sister that put a beautiful song together called "In It to Win It." But we use it on this platform also for a non-verbal communication, and that is always put together. A graphic and wordings are put together by our own brother Dr. Derek, that convey either what is going on in ONPASSIVE or where we are or our strategy or our business partnership. So please watch carefully and you'll see all of these things. We are in it to win it, and our next stop is ONPASSIVE, our own chain station. As you can see from that video, our products were depicted, the ones that we're using, OMail, OChim, ONet, and our big O Connect. And some people have O Tracker, they're playing with it. So we are moving. You saw all our marketing strategy. You saw our partnerships. So we are really in a better place. And I'll just do a few housekeeping again. If you're not talking, mute yourself. I've taken the mic out, but co-host, please just mute yourself if you're not talking. So we have quiet and listen to our great speakers today. Our meeting today, the style after our mindset, our style today is fireside chat. So we will have some questions for our guests that will incite us, at least hopefully let us know where we are and hopefully motivate us. And we'll open it for you to ask your questions as well. Then we'll release the mic. And we'll just plead with everybody that once the mic is open, please mute yourself if you're not talking so we can hear each other. We thank you. We really don't want to be mean like that, but sometimes we have to do a little bit of housekeeping so everybody enjoys the meeting. So without wasting time, I'm going to call on our moderators to take over the meeting today. Thank you for being here with us at the Dream Team platform. I am honored to be your host today, Patience Ajonwe. Over to you, moderators.
Okay. Thank you, Queen Sister Patience. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. You are all welcome this afternoon. It is afternoon where I am in Maryland in the United States of America. So it is but true that I'm going to be using afternoon most often. And so my name is Irene Ekwede, and I'm going to be one of your moderators today. And we just want to thank you for making time to be with us this afternoon. You would have been somewhere else. There's a lot going on, but you chose to be here with us. And so we appreciate you. And so thank you very much. I wish to appreciate our welcoming team. Oh, that is awesome. You always make us feel at home. Welcome. You know, we just come in with a warm heart, the way you welcome us. So thank you very much for all you do. And I want to thank all the leaders that are here. You go above and beyond to make these webinars every Sunday one to remember. So I thank you all very much for all the efforts. And we want to appreciate our guest for today, one that does not need an introduction. If there's anyone here who does not know him, we need to ask where you are. So thank you all. So we have a busy program for you today, and we are going to move on straight to the word. We all know our CEO has promised us the physical. We at the Dream Team, we try to give you the mental and spiritual, because you have to be mentally ready and prepared to, you know, embrace what ONPASSIVE is bringing, what ONPASSIVE is. You have to be mentally prepared, or else you'll be lost. You will not know what to do when the time comes. So, and we are so blessed that we have talented leaders here who always have a word, getting us ready, keeping us in check. So today we are going to call on one of our own, Sister Queen Julie Pierre, to give us the word today. So over to you, Sister.
Thank you, Sister Irene. Good day to everyone, and thank you for coming to such a wonderful platform, Dream Team, today with us. Today, my job is to, like Sister Irene said, to give you the word. And today we are going to look at how you can create a life full of joy and contentment while you wait. I am sure that all of us are tired of chasing happiness and feeling like it's just out of reach. When it seems near, sometimes is snatched away from us. In a world full of stress, negativity, and constant pressure to be successful, it can be easy to get lost in the pursuit of happiness. But what if I told you that happiness is not something that can be achieved, but rather true happiness and contentment is something that can be created? That's right. True happiness is not a destination, but a journey that we can embark on every single day. And every time we stay plugged in, we get involved, we educate ourselves, and we stay connected with the persons, especially who are on this journey in ONPASSIVE that we have embarked upon. For some of us, 5 years, others 2+ years. By making simple changes and shifting your mindset, you can embrace true happiness and create a life full of joy and contentment. You can look forward to a life that you will never be the same again. Look forward to a life of contentment, financial freedom, a life of leisure and travel, a life of all the luxurious things you dreamed of, a life of lacking nothing, not even lacking of God, a life where all your childhood dreams can come true. Even a life where you were being told that you would never make it. A life where you were being told you would never have nothing, and a life of all your dreams coming true for both you and your family and generations to come. Wow. Are you not excited? Are you not elated? Are you not fired up? If not, then I am. Let us explore 7 simple tips that will guide us towards a happier and more fulfilling life. So take a deep breath, relax. If you need to, get pen and paper to take notes, and get ready to embrace a life of happiness with open arms. Let's start now. Number 1, surround yourself with positive people. One of the key tips to being happy in life is to surround yourself with positive, like-minded people. The energy and attitudes of those around us can greatly influence our own mood and our outlook on life. When you spend time with positive people who uplift and inspire you, especially those who are on the same journey as we are, it becomes easier to maintain a positive mindset and embrace happiness. Positive people can offer support, encouragement, and a fresh perspective on challenges, helping you navigate through difficult times with optimism. They can also serve as role models, great leaders, as we have in ONPASSIVE, showing you the power of gratitude, kindness, and resilience. So seek out those who radiate positivity and make a conscious effort to cultivate meaningful connections with them. Are we not fortunate to have such wonderful, loving, extended family and friends in this ONPASSIVE forum? Persons who are of different races, ethnicity, color, religion, upbringing, hobbies, beliefs, passions, etc., etc. Wow, I have really enjoyed this priceless journey and friendships made, some for life, I can tell you. Some who will be closer to me than even my own blood relations, to be honest with you. What about you? Can you say the same? Surrounding yourself with positive people creates an environment that nurtures happiness and leads us to a more joyful and content life. The first thing on my mind after my prayers to my God is ONPASSIVE and this great family. The last thing on my mind after I thank my God at night is ONPASSIVE. Are you addicted like me? Am I the only one? Number 2, practice gratitude every day. One of the most powerful practices to cultivate true happiness and contentment in your life is to practice gratitude every day. Take a moment every day to reflect on what you are grateful for, big or small. How many of us in prayer thank God for giving us this opportunity to be in ONPASSIVE? How many of us thank God for the life of our CEO, Mr. Ashmufar? Are we feeling a sense of entitlement or sense of gratitude? Being grateful, big or small things in our life, reflect on them. It can be something as simple as a beautiful sunrise, a kind gesture from a friend, or a delicious meal. Even being able to accessing learning platforms to learn and educating ourselves. Do you know how much people pay for the knowledge we have acquired in ONPASSIVE? Are we grateful even if ONPASSIVE has challenged us, pushed us to learn more, to put out more of ourselves for our betterment and the growth and development of others? By intentionally focusing on the positive aspects of your life, you shift your perspective and train your mind to see the abundance that surrounds you and those yet to come. Expressing gratitude not only enhances your mood and overall well-being, but also strengthens your relationships and fosters a deeper appreciation for the present moment. So make it a habit to regularly acknowledge and appreciate the blessings in your lives and those blessings yet to come through ONPASSIVE, through the heart and love and generosity of our CEO, and watch how gratitude transforms your outlook and brings more joy, true joy, into your days. Number 3, find joy in little things. In your journey to find joy and contentment in life and in this great movement, it's important to embrace the beauty of the little things. Life is often filled with grand moments and big achievements, but it's the small things, everyday experiences that truly have the power to bring us true happiness. Take a moment to notice the sun shining through your window, the laughter of a loved one, the unforgettable moments spent with brand ambassadors like yourselves, or even the taste of a favorite cup of tea. These seemingly insignificant moments hold immense potential for joy if we are present and open to them. By being mindful and appreciative of the little things, you can cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude and fulfillment in your daily lives. So, as you navigate through the challenges and triumphs, remember to pause, take a deep breath, and find joy in the simple pleasures that surround you. Number 4, let go of negative thoughts. As you strive to be happy in life, it's crucial to let go of negative thoughts that weigh you down. Negative thoughts can have a significant impact on your overall well-being and hinder your ability to experience true joy. Start by recognizing these negative thoughts as just that, thoughts, not truth. Challenge them by asking yourself if they are based on facts or simple assumptions or fears. Ask yourself, if not for ONPASSIVE and the promise of financial freedom, what would you do to care for yourself and family? Practice self-compassion and replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations or realistic perspectives. What can we do to care for ourselves and family while we wait? I know anxiety may kick in sometimes and make us impatient while we wait. But surround yourselves with positive influences, whether it's through uplifting books, supportive friends, or as we are in ONPASSIVE, one another, educational platforms, or inspiring podcasts. Remember, you have the power to choose the thoughts you entertain and narrative you create for yourself. By consciously letting go of negative thoughts, you create a space for positivity, happiness, and a greater sense of contentment in your life. So embrace those 7 tips to be happy in life and allow yourself to thrive in a mindset of optimism and self-love. Number 5, take care of your body. Very, very important. Take care of your body. It's important to prioritize taking care of your body as part of your journey towards true happiness and contentment. Your physical well-being plays a crucial role in your overall happiness, energy levels, and ability to enjoy life to the fullest. Start by nourishing your body with a balanced and nutritious diet. Fuel yourself with wholesome foods that provide the necessary nutrients and energy to support your daily activities. Don't forget to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Regular exercise is also key to maintaining a healthy body and mind. Find activities that you enjoy and make them a regular part of your routine, whether it's going for a walk, practicing yoga, or hitting the gym. Find what works for you and get moving. Prioritize getting enough sleep as well, as a well-rested body and mind are essential for optimal functioning and emotional well-being. Additionally, take care of your body by listening to its needs. Pay attention to any signs of stress, fatigue, or discomfort and address them promptly. This may involve taking breaks, practicing relaxation techniques, or seeking professional help when needed. Remember, your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and by nurturing and caring for it, you are setting the foundation for a true, happy, and fulfilling life. Number 6, pursue your passions and hobbies. Engaging in your passions and hobbies is an essential part of living a full, fulfilling, and happy life. It allows you to tap into your creativity, explore new interests, travel the world, and find joy in the activities that bring you the most excitement. Take the time to identify what truly sparks your interest and set your soul on fire. Is it planting, cooking, playing music, or traveling? Whatever it may be, make it a priority to carve out time in your schedule to pursue these passions. Allow yourself to fully immerse in the experience, letting go of any expectations or pressures. Remember, this time is for us all, and it's about finding joy and fulfillment. You cannot give what you don't have. Remember, we have the world to conquer. Embrace your passions and hobbies as an opportunity to expand your horizons, connect with like-minded individuals, and discover new facets of yourself. So go ahead, follow your heart's desires, and let your passions guide you towards a life full of happiness and contentment. Number 7, connect with nature. Spending time in nature is one of the most powerful ways to cultivate true happiness and contentment in your life. Nature has a way of grounding us all, reminding us of our place in this world, and bringing a sense of peace and tranquility. The sounds of birds chirping, the feeling of soft grass beneath your feet, the sight of breathtaking sunset can instantly uplift your spirits and help you let go of any stress or worries. Make it a habit to incorporate nature in your daily routine, whether it's going for a morning walk in the park, taking a hike in the mountains, or simply sitting in your backyard, surrounded by plants and flowers, your pets and animals. Immersing yourself in nature allows you to reconnect with the world around you. Take deep breaths. Listen to the sound of the wind rustling through the trees, and let the beauty of nature fill yourself. By making time to connect with nature, you'll find yourself feeling more grounded, at peace, and in tune with the natural rhythms of life. So embrace the healing power of nature and let it guide you towards a happier and more fulfilling life. Remember, happiness, true happiness, is a journey, not a destination, and it requires constant effort and self-reflection. By implementing these simple tips into your daily life, you can start to see positive changes and find true happiness within yourself. Don't be discouraged by setbacks or challenges. Just keep moving forward and always strive to find joy in the little things. And laughter is a medicine we cannot afford. Learn to smile. Learn to laugh. Learn to smile. We deserve a life of happy and fulfilling life. So let us prepare, create a proper mindset, educate ourselves, learn about our business, stay engaged, and so go out there and embrace it, because it is all done for us as promised by our CEO. Be grateful. Keep them in prayer always, and every little thing gonna be all right. Whatever we are waiting for, peace of mind, contentment, grace, the inner awareness of simple abundance, it will surely come to us, but only when we are ready to receive it with an open and grateful heart. I thank you very much for listening. Thank you. Back to you, moderator.
Wow, wow, wow.
Thank you, sister. Wow.
Sister Julie, oh my God, you nailed it. So, as you can all see, I wasn't wrong when I said that the dream team has talented and gifted leaders who are preparing us every day to be ready for what ONPASSIVE is bringing to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sister Julie. Thank you for that word. So we heard her say that happiness is not a destination, but a journey. And some of the things that she listed, we probably think that we know them or that we're doing them, not really knowing that they are important for us to do to be able to achieve a happy and fulfilling life. So she also said that, true happiness can be achieved by making some self changes and adjustments. You don't have to be rigid. Maybe something that you read in the book, you think that that's how it's supposed to be. You have to make changes and make adjustments in your own way, because what is good for me is not what is good for another person. But you adjust it in a way that will keep you happy. And then those 7 tips. Did anybody write them down? We are happy that this is being recorded so we can go back and listen and try to implement those 7 tips that she listed. Some of them being, like she said, surround yourself with positive, like-minded people. Practice gratitude daily. Find joy in little things. Some of us, we really do not find joy in little things. We look at them as little. Let go of negative thoughts. Take care of your body. Take care of your body. Connect with nature. Be grateful. I mean, I couldn't write all of them because I was listening, trying to, absorb everything. So thank you so much, Sister Julie, for all of that. We really thank you for it.
Welcome, Sister Irene.
All righty. So we're moving forward. Like I said, we have a packed full agenda for you today. And like our sister had said when she started talking, to get a book or a paper and a pen to write down. I hope you all have your papers and pen to write down everything that we are going to be talking about today. So we have a special guest in the house. Like I said earlier, he is not one that needs to be introduced because we all know him. And if you don't know him, you have to find out where you are. And so today we are going to be doing Fireside Chat Part 2. We did Part 1 about a couple of weeks ago. And today we're doing Part 2. And we want to thank our special guest, our brother Michael Williams Ames, for gracing us with his presence. We always are happy to have you. We always look forward to having you in our midst because we glean a lot from what you say, and we thank you very much. Even your presentation, you make it so welcoming, so peaceful, and we feel so comfortable even to talk, to ask questions, and you make important points stand up so that we can remember them. So we thank you very much for always coming, not relenting the efforts to come talk to us. So I think before we start asking any questions, we would like to have our guests say a word before we continue. So Brother Michael, you are welcome, and over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, my dear sister. Irene, thank you so much. Dream Team, for having me today. Today is a great day indeed. Julie Pierre, what a wonderful message. You know, they say repetition is the mother of all learning. So all that you have said, even if we did know it, for those who may have, you know, aware of these wonderful traits, wonderful ideas, things that we ought to practice, it's always good to hear it again and again and again, because that is how we learn, right? So thank you so much for that. And you're absolutely correct in all that you've said. You know, you definitely want to be around positive people. Like, why would you want to be around negative people, right? It just wouldn't make any sense. But yet you do have people who do surround themselves with negative people, and they wonder why there's only negativity within their lives, right? So yeah, certainly it's important for that. It's important to practice gratitude on a daily basis. You know, we ought to be grateful just even being in the land of the living, right? In the past few years, even within ONPASSIVE itself, you know, we've come to know some great people who have passed on, right? So just life itself is something to be grateful for. And the fact that we're in this fantastic business called ONPASSIVE, that's another reason to be filled with gratitude, you know, because I'm not sure if any of us will have another opportunity to be part of something such as ONPASSIVE, you know, something of this magnitude, something that's going to be this impactful on people's lives all over the globe, you know, and everything else that you've mentioned, you know, connecting with nature, you know, taking care of your body, so your health. You know, a lot of people focus so much on money, and they don't focus on their health. Not just your physical health, but also your mental health, you know, your overall well-being, right? So all those points are excellent points, and it's something that we should take a look at on a daily basis to make sure that we're in tuned with all of that, make sure we're practicing all of that. Every time you feel that you're in the presence of negativity, rather than, you know, contribute to spreading of that negativity, just nip it in the bud and switch it to something positive. You can always take a negative situation and turn it into a positive one. Absolutely. You know, and all of that will have a big impact on your happiness, right? People say, you know, well, if I have a whole bunch of money, I'm going to be happy. Not true. Okay, that isn't true, right? So there are a lot of wealthy people and they're not happy. Okay. That's why, you know, wealthy people get divorced, wealthy people commit suicide, and the list goes on and on and on, right? So, you know, it's, you know, that isn't it, you know, but you want to definitely have an overall state of well-being, right? And that's how you're going to find true happiness, and I believe that ONPASSIVE will play a role within that. I believe it has already for some folks, right? And it will be, that much more for millions upon millions of people around the globe, But I want to pose a question, though. I want to ask, if not ONPASSIVE, then what? Right? If not ONPASSIVE, then what? Because, as we are here, continue to work on the process, work on our journey, there are those, who get frustrated, those who keep questioning, why, when, where, how, all of that stuff. And I think they get caught up in so many questions that they're missing it. They're missing it, right? And so I say to everyone, right, even those who are the most positive people on ONPASSIVE, I say to you, if not ONPASSIVE, then what? What would you do, right? Because you're in ONPASSIVE for a reason, right? You're not here just to pass time, right? We are not here just to pass time, right? We're here for a reason. All of us have our own reason, okay, as to why we're here. So I'm saying to you that if it wasn't ONPASSIVE, like, what would you be doing? What would you be doing that is going to help you get whatever it is you came into ONPASSIVE looking for, right? So if not ONPASSIVE, then what, right? Would it be a second job, a third job, a fourth job? Would it be a change in career, right? Would it be, spending more money on the lottery, right? Like, what would it be? I often say that ONPASSIVE is better than your job. It's better than the lottery. It's better than any investments that you can think of for most people, right? I'm speaking in general for most people. Most people don't have what it takes to be a true investor, right? They're not privy to certain information that's going to help them to generate passive income, true passive income, legally passive income, right? To be able to invest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, currencies, whether it be crypto or Forex, whether it's invest in real estate, right? A lot of people don't have the information that is needed to fully maximize those areas within society, right? So again, I pose a question: if not ONPASSIVE, then what? Because we know that millions upon millions of people play the lottery, and some do win, absolutely. But we know the winners are few, right? On a monthly basis, how many people are actually winning the lottery? Like, just think about that, right? Take 1 billion adults around the world playing the lottery. Yeah, it's a lot of people who play the lottery, right? And you look at that and say, okay, the odds of you winning are so slim. You understand me? So how can that be compared to being in ONPASSIVE? You know what I mean? As far as the benefits, as far as the rewards, right? Because the odds of you is so slim. Yet in ONPASSIVE, it's a done deal. You're winning. It's guaranteed. Like, you're going to succeed. The level of it, that's a different story. But as far as just winning in itself, absolutely, right? So we know ONPASSIVE is better than you playing the lottery. People spend week after week, month after month, year after year. For years, people have been playing the lottery. Some people, and they've never won, like, ever. You understand? But they keep playing because it says just one day, and that one day never comes. You know what I mean? And then you look at real estate, right? Here in Canada, it's a very vibrant market. We've seen property go from 200,000 up to over $1 million in a matter of a few years. But were you able to take advantage of that? You understand? So while there are some people making money in that market, the majority of people are not, though. Okay, that's the reality. People think, oh, Tom is making $1 million a year in real estate. Oh, I'm going to get involved in real estate. I'll be able to do the same. No, right? No matter what you pick, whether it's real estate, whether it's stocks, whether it's mutual funds, whether it's currencies, no matter what you pick, it's the few that's making money. Okay, I want to be a real estate agent, so I'm going to go sell homes because I get these guys are making millions of dollars. I see $1 million listing on TV, and these guys are millionaires. So I'm going to go do that. Okay, but ask any real estate agent if they're honest with you. Okay, they're not making much money. The majority of them, yes, there's some. There's always some that's going to make a lot. Take sports. Okay, let's take basketball. Okay, how many basketball players in the NBA that are making, $10 million a year? There isn't a lot. Okay, $50 million. Not everybody's a LeBron James. Not everybody's a Steph Curry, and so on. Right? Nikola Jokic. Like there's not. Most people, no matter what you choose, even if your job, right? How many people in a company actually making big bucks? How many people actually go to a 9-to-5 job and they're making a lot of money, right? No matter what you choose, the answer is always the same, that it's a few, right? It's always the few that are making money. Everybody wants to jump on cryptocurrency nowadays, right? The cryptocurrency has gone over $2.3 trillion. Okay. Yet there's only 10 currencies that make up 85% of that market. Okay. There's well over 10,000 cryptocurrencies out there, right? Well over 10,000. Yet out of that 10, let's just say it's 10,000, only 10 out of the 10,000. That means 9,990, I would say they're garbage. Okay. Because only 10 of them actually make up 85% of the market. So you got 9,990 of these coins that's responsible for 15% of the market share. Think about that, folks. You understand? And if you pull Bitcoins out, Bitcoins accounts for over 50% of the market. More than half of it, one coin. More than you understand? My point to all of this is, if not on passive, then what? Show me what is your plan B. Show me what is your alternative to on passive. Because people have to understand that we have a once in a lifetime opportunity to actually make it, to actually succeed beyond ourselves. Meaning, it's beyond your ability. It's beyond your skills. Your skills, your ability is not what's going to dictate your level of success in on passive. And that is a good thing. It's a great thing, because the majority of us cannot sell. How many times have you heard that? We cannot sell products. If it depended upon us to go out there and go sell OConnect and go sell OTracker and Academy and all the great products that are coming down the pipeline, if it was up to us, our own ability to be able to go do it, we would fail. Show me another opportunity. Show me another business where you can say that. If you decide to go open up a restaurant tomorrow, can you guarantee your success in that business? If you decide to go start an engineering consulting firm tomorrow, are you guaranteed success in that business? If you decide to go sell some life insurance tomorrow, are you guaranteed success in that business? No. And the list goes on and on and on, folks. Do you understand? If not on passive, then what? So if we know that there is no what, and all there is really on passive, then this is where we're calm. This is where we're relaxed. This is where we feel so grateful that we are in on passive. We feel so grateful to the person who introduced us to this business, right? And as a result, we got into on passive. Because there isn't anything else out there, folks. That's just, everything around us is filled with lies. Okay? Everything around us. This is the corruption that we've spoken about so many times. Right? That's the lay of the land. So every single one of us have to pull up our socks and really get to understand that on passive is the only way for us to actually succeed. Why? Again, because it does not depend upon our effort, our skill, our know-how, our knowledge, right? Because if it did, once again, you would fail, just like the other company and the other company and the other company that you got involved in. That's the reality, folks.
Wow.
There are people out there spending hundreds and thousands of dollars every single month. And the end result, failure. Businesses after businesses get started and end up as failure, right? And we have a golden ticket, a golden opportunity to be part of something that's going to transform lives around this planet of ours. That's what we are in. And I think we fail to remember that at times. I think we think that ONPASSIVE is just another thing, as opposed to it's the only thing where business is concerned for us. Of course, there's Apple and Facebook and all these great companies out there, Amazon and so on, right? Great companies that are doing great things for themselves and their owners, okay? But not for us. There's lots of great products that we can buy that help us in our day-to-day lives, right? But how many of those are opportunities for us to actually benefit financially? There is a difference, folks. So again, I say, if not ONPASSIVE, then what? Right? I'm a numbers person. I love numbers, okay? So I look at numbers, I calculate numbers, I try to figure things out, right? And I take a look and I see, again, I go back to sports. I see all these parents spending thousands of dollars on their kids going to prep school, private school, rep programs, AAU program, all these things, right? And yet the vast majority of them never even end up in a university with a scholarship. And then even if they do get into university, there's a tiny percent of them will actually go on to a professional life in that particular sport. But yet families are spending thousands of dollars. You understand? That's the climate. That's what's out there, folks. Right? I have a friend of mine. He literally spent about $40,000 in the last few years, last 3 years to be exact. Right? Over $40,000. Right? Paying for his child to attend these things. And the truth of the matter is, the child's not going anywhere, right, in that particular sport. That's just the reality. But yet, I would have taken that $40,000 and put it towards my child's education, right? Makes more sense to me. And if you don't love that child, go take it and spend a nice vacation for yourself, right? But, again, just joking, folks. But the point is, right? The point is that ONPASSIVE really is that beacon of hope for us. It really is, and I think we have to get in tune with that and really, really believe that. Ignore the negativity.
Wow.
Someone says, here's, this video, somebody just posted this. Why are you even over there? How did you even get that access to that video? If you weren't looking, you wouldn't have seen the video. You understand? Well, somebody shared it with me. Okay, just delete it. Why even look? Oh, they're saying, who cares? I tell my wife all the time, I don't care what people want to think or say, or that's their problem. Mm-hmm. I see people say hi and I move on. Hey, how's it going? And I move on. Right? I don't care what they think or don't like me or doesn't matter to me. We put too much importance on what other people think or have to say when they are not important. You understand? So any negative person out there, any distractor out there, they're not important to me. So why would I listen to them? You understand? Doesn't make sense. I'm going to listen to people who are important to me. I'm going to listen to people who make sense. I'm going to listen to people who actually have real knowledge. You know what I mean? It's like I say, if I want legal advice, I'm not going to go to my barber, right? And he said, well, do you have a barber? Right? I'm not going to go to the barber. I'm not going to go to the clerk at the grocery store and ask for legal advice. You know what I mean? I'm going to go seek a lawyer And not just any lawyer. That person has to have the know-how for what it is that I'm looking for, right? If I want a lawyer to do real estate, I'm going to find a lawyer that has that background. I'm not going to go find some criminal lawyer or some family law lawyer. You know what I mean? They have to be specific, right? So that's what I'm talking about, folks. Focus on what you know is going to get you to your destination, right? And that is what? ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is the way. ONPASSIVE is your future. Your future, right? So we need to stop questioning and asking why and if and how and all these things. Everything that this company has done is for the betterment of us. It's in our best interest, right? Everything. And even if there's silence, it's in our best interest, okay? Some people want, well, what's the latest update? We haven't heard this. What? Okay? Maybe there's good reason, right? And there usually is good reason. And when it's the right time, the right information will come to us through the proper channel. Somebody sends a message, hey, is this true? Okay, did you hear that from the company? No. Okay, so then what are you worrying about it for? Ignore it, right? Oh, but somebody posted this. Okay, so the person posted it. That's their prerogative. That's their right. If they want to post whatever they want to post, good, bad, or ugly, that's their right. Okay, did it come from the company? No. So why am I worried about it? Why am I even looking at it?
Right.
You understand? Folks, we have the best thing that's going on in the world right now. The best thing. In a world that's filled with negativity, and we're talking about surrounding ourselves with positive people, what I see on here right now are positive people. So that's who I want to surround myself with.
Amen.
I care what Irene has to say. I care what Kenla has to say. I care what Alan has to say. I care what David Cooper has to say, right? People that are like-minded, people that are going towards a common goal, people that are positioning themselves to take care of themselves and their family for life. That's who I want to surround myself with. Because when I do that, it helps with my overall sense of well-being. It's helped with my mind. It helps with my body. Okay? Folks, when people are happy, there's a lot of good things going on in their body from a chemical standpoint. Okay? There's a lot of good things without getting technical, right? There's a lot of good things that's going on in your body when people are happy, right? Genuinely happy,
Yes.
right? Not the fake stuff, right? A lot of you are too much on social media, okay? Right? And there's a lot of fake stuff on social media, right? People lying to you all the time. Oh, this is what I eat to make me lose 10 pounds. Or this is what I do to build muscles. Or this is what I do to make my face so nice and pretty and shiny, whatever, right? People lie to us all the time. We have a choice as to whether we listen to them or not. We don't need to go on YouTube and search up. We need to be scrolling all over Facebook. We don't need to be going on TikTok. You know what I mean? It's a choice. And when we do, we can choose what we listen to. Just like turn on the TV, right? We can choose what we watch on TV. We can choose what movies we watch. We can choose what books we read. We can choose where we go, places we visit, people we hang out with. Life is about choices, folks, right? It's about choices. We've made the choice to be in ONPASSIVE. That is the best choice that you probably made up until this point in your life, financially. I'm not talking about, ONPASSIVE is better than your spouse. I'm not saying it's better than your children, right? Although some of you may agree with that, right? But the point is, we are in a place, folks. We are in a place that we get to actually make a change, a positive change in society.
Absolutely.
That's what we have here, right? So let's just continue to stay focused, continue to embrace this great company of ours. Let's continue, right, to lock arms together, all of us as founding members, right, as early bird adapters, as ONPASSIVians, right? Let's continue to lock arms, knowing that our destiny is so bright. It is so bright. Not because you may not see it, but take it from someone who can see it.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you have to lean on somebody else's understanding. You understand? Because you're not there yet. Okay? But there's more than enough of us who are so excited about this great company and excited to all that we have seen. So this is not blind excitement, folks. This is not some cult and rah-rah session, right? This is about facts. And the fact remains that we have seen more than enough up until now to know what we are a part of.
Of that.
Okay? We have seen more than enough. We have seen more than enough to draw the conclusion that yes, ONPASSIVE is the future. It's my future, my financial future, right? Because if not ONPASSIVE, then what?
Oh my, Brother Michael, oh my gosh, I don't mean to interject, but it sounds like when we were doing our questions to give to you were there in our minds. You have just literally answered an entire question that we were supposed to give to you for you to share with us your mindset. So at this point, I don't even know. You have said it even better than the question. So yes, if not ONPASSIVE, then what? Maybe I just go ahead and put the question, and then whatever that is left that you want to add on it, and then you can continue so I don't break your train of thoughts, and you can just flow right into it as we continue.
I'm done. Yes. I'm ready to go do my laundry now. And we're good.
Gee.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If not ONPASSIVE, then what?
Then me?
Yes. The question was about for those
Who's
of
that?
us. We can hear someone speaking in the background. Please, leaders, can we mute ourselves? Yes, we were trying to get your take on some of us that were still needing or wanting to first of all see or want proof, verification that ONPASSIVE is what they are perceiving to be. But you have just said, if not ONPASSIVE, what? You've given us all the reasons. You've given us everything that we need to look at, from the value point to the tangible to the intangible, everything that we have right in front of us. So, oh my goodness, you have said it even better. And for that, I would just say it is all the more reason why it should be ONPASSIVE and no longer why not ONPASSIVE. Please, members, if you are still questioning yourself, I beg you, go back and listen to this session. Our brother Michael has just given it all out. Queen Irene, do you have anything to add?
Well, I'm just gonna ask something that he is just adding more details to what he already said. Like you said, he answered the questions already for us. So if not ONPASSIVE, then what? But all of this, Brother Michael, ends up with the mindset. It is our mindset. And if we are not prepared, if we are not knowledgeable, if we don't have that confidence, if we don't know what to do, the right things, then that is why we end up not even believing or trusting what we have sitting right in front of us on a golden plate. It is rather unfortunate that we're still like that. But one of the things that the Dream Team does is every week we try to educate our audience on this mindset, getting them ready, financially ready for what ONPASSIVE is bringing. And knowing that ONPASSIVE is a business that will build generational wealth. Sister Julie gave us the 7 tips on how to live a happy and fulfilling life. Are there any strategies or counsel to some of us who cannot see anything beyond a paycheck to get rid of that mindset of building on a paycheck and start building on how to make generational wealth?
Well, the number one, see, people don't like reading. I think that's part of the problem, okay? Because there's lots of great books out there that people can read to help them, right? Robert Kiyosaki is one that comes to mind, and he has, lots of great information. Is 2 books specifically, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Cash Flow Quadrant, right? Those 2 books. So read Rich Dad, Poor Dad first. And when you finish that one, read Cash Flow Quadrant, okay, by Robert Kiyosaki. And they're very popular books. He's a self-made multimillionaire, etc. For those who are not familiar with him. But that's what I encourage people to do, is to read, right? Read. There's lots of information out there, and because people don't read, they don't know. They don't know. Sometimes someone is more knowledgeable than you because they simply read more than you. It's not that they're smarter than you, right? That isn't it. It's not that, they've got big brain, I got small brain. That's nonsense, right? It's because someone is willing to read, to absorb information, right? And so for people who are, just used to a paycheck, that's the majority of the world, right? That's the majority of people, right? We're employees. We're employed by someone, right? We work for someone, okay? And so when we've been doing that, especially for a long period of time, it takes a certain mindset to choose, because it's a choice, to get out of that. So you know what? Instead of me working for this restaurant, you know what? Maybe I'll start my own restaurant. So now I transition from being an employee to become a business owner. I now own a restaurant instead of working for a restaurant, right? And you can apply that to any and everything else, right? But it takes, the mind, right? A person to feel that, you know what? There has to be a better way than a 9-to-5 job. Because again, that's one of the lies that we've been told. You know what I mean? Go to school, get your education, go get a good job, blah, blah, and you're good to go. You're going to be set for the rest of it. And that's not true. I'm not saying don't go to school, right? I'm not saying don't get a good job, right? But the truth of the matter is, right, even though you have a job, you need to have some sort of business ownership. You need to have something that you are in control of, right? Something that is going to benefit you, not benefit the person that you're working for. Okay? That's what people have to understand. Look all around you. Think of all the people that you know, right? Chances are they're in similar situation like yourself. And check their financial background, meaning, how do they generate their money? Do they own a business, or are they working a job? Are they employees like yourself? Chances are, if you are an employee, all the people around you are also employees. Chances are, if you're a business owner, all the people around you are business owners. You understand? Right? But look at all the people that have a 9-to-5 job. Those are the ones who are struggling in society, even if it's a good job. You could be an engineer, doctor, lawyer, whatever, and still be struggling, folks. Okay, don't get it twisted. Okay, true. They just have more expenses than you do. That's all. But they still have expenses. They still got bills. Their bills are just bigger than yours. Okay, you got a mortgage, but their mortgage is bigger than your mortgage. Okay, you've got a car note. Their car note is bigger than yours. You understand? You got credit card bills. They've got credit card bills, just that theirs is more than yours. That's all that is, folks. A job is still a job at the end of the day, right? But when someone is a business owner now, again, depending on where you live, I can only speak to, the US and Canada specifically, where that is concerned. But usually there's a lot of benefits that comes with that, to be able to minimize the income tax and all them other strategies, right? The point is, when you are in control, right, now you can choose your destination. You understand? You can make things happen for yourself. That's what ONPASSIVE is giving you. It's giving you that ability that, yes, you can. They're not saying to quit your job. You can still, be that firefighter, policeman, factory worker, whatever it is that you're doing, nurse, whatever, right? Teacher. You can still go do your job, but you have this business that's working for you in the background. That's what ONPASSIVE is doing. And then at some point, that business now takes over from that job that you're doing, meaning it puts you in a better financial position to be able to accomplish all the desires that you have, the good desires, that is, right, that you have for yourself and your family, right? That's what's going to happen, folks, because usually, no matter the type of job that you have, at the end of the day, it's still a paycheck to a paycheck way of living. There are people that make $250,000 a year. Now, you may think, man, if I made $250,000, I'll be so happy. Okay, but that person making that $250,000, they also have a $250,000 lifestyle. You understand? So all that money comes, but it also goes. Right? It goes. A person's making $50,000. They have a $50,000 lifestyle. Okay, the money comes and it goes. It's paycheck to paycheck. Okay, so there's a difference. So what ONPASSIVE is doing is putting you in the driver's seat. It's giving you the best possible position you can have from a financial standpoint in life. That's what it's giving you. It's putting you in a position that otherwise you would not find yourself in. You just wouldn't. Because think about what ONPASSIVE is doing. ONPASSIVE says, hey, we're going to build this juggernaut. We're going to sell a whole bunch of products. We're going to generate a whole bunch of revenue, and we're going to share it with you. That's it in a nutshell, folks. We can talk about the sales process and CAPMO and all this other fancy stuff, but in a nutshell, we're building a juggernaut company that's going to sell a lot of products that people are going to want and love. And as a result of that, we're going to make a lot of revenue, and we're going to take that revenue now and share it with you. That's the business in a nutshell. Show me another business that's going to do that for you. If you think you join Melaleuca, they're going to do that for you. If you join Amway, they're going to do that for you. If you go join, again, these are just names that pop into my head. Whatever business, I don't know, right? If you go work for Amazon, is Amazon going to do that for you? If you're working for Apple, is Apple going to do that for you? Microsoft and so on, are they going to do that for you? No, right? It just doesn't work that way, folks. Well, I got some money. I'm going to go invest it in some stocks. Okay. Lots of people have been doing that. And they end up in the same results, having nothing when it's time for them to retire. Because the market may be down. You can't control the market from that standpoint. Not you as an individual anyways, right? And I've seen people like that, okay? I've sat down with people. I've gone through their books. I've looked at their situations. And I see that, yeah, you're doing a great job in your mind, but it isn't enough. It's not going to get you to what you actually need when you retire. We have people who are retired and they're still in ONPASSIVE. Why? Because the retirement income isn't enough. That pension isn't enough. You understand, folks? Right? Do you think your government is going to be that good to you? That they're going to take care of you? The banks don't care about you. Governments don't care about you. Companies don't care about you. That's just the facts of the matter. That's the plain truth. So once you realize that none of these people, okay, so all of us who are employees, all of us who are living paycheck to paycheck, once we realize that the person who's giving us that paycheck don't care about you, then you start to care about yourself and do what you need to do to put yourself in a position that that paycheck, I don't even need it. It's not a need anymore. Okay, that's what ONPASSIVE is going to help you with. Put you in a position where that paycheck isn't a need. Okay, needs and wants, two different things. Okay, so we have to understand that. ONPASSIVE is the best thing that is out there, folks. It's the best thing that's come along. That's why I'm here. I'm here because it is the best thing that has come along, and it makes perfect sense to me. So I'm going to ride it all the way to the top. It's just that simple. And so I encourage so many to come along with me. Right?
Yes,
and I'm
so
grateful
yeah.
that they took that journey to come along, because it's a smart decision. And for those who may not see it right now, remember now, not everybody's a visionary. Okay? Not everybody's a visionary. You understand? And for those of you who are religious, those of you who read the Bible, etc., Okay, you know Doubtful Thomas. You understand? The others believed. You understand, right? Without seeing, and he says, well, I got to see for myself. All right? I got to see for myself. That's, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but no. I have to see him. I have to touch him, stick my hand in his side, all that fancy stuff, right? That's life, folks. That is life. Most people are just like Thomas. Most people are doubtful about things. Okay? They have to see. That's why we have the saying, seeing is believing. They have to see for themselves in order for them to believe. So until they actually see that money's coming into their pockets, they will not believe. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay. If that's your mindset, that's your mindset, right? We're not here to change it. We can encourage you to see things a different way, but we can't force you, right? It doesn't work that way. But the point is that those of us who are visionaries, meaning we can see beyond sight. So we can look at ONPASSIVE and see all that has been done and see where it's going to take us. We don't have to wait until we actually get there and say, oh, okay, now I understand what ONPASSIVE is about. We can see it before that. That's how people make real money in life. You understand? You're in a neighborhood, all of a sudden you see, buildings are going up and companies, businesses are being put up. You understand? Then you got residential. All these things are happening. And you're just looking around and you don't know, you're not even benefited from any of that. But there were people before Walmart. I think most people know Walmart. Before Walmart came to town, right? Before Walmart came to town, you have some folks who recognized the opportunity because they went to the ministry. They were able to see, what's going to be built in the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. And they decided to go buy a home in that neighborhood, right? Long before there's anything there. Okay? That's somebody who's got vision. You understand? They don't wait for everything to be put in place and, okay, now let me go buy a home. Because when you wait and you buy the home after everybody decided, hey, this is a great place to live, okay, let me go with everybody else. So now I'm a follower. So let me go with everybody else. By the time you get there and you're going to buy that home, you're paying way more than you would have if you were a visionary. You understand? Right? That's real life, folks. That's real life. That's what happens. Right? Happens all the time. Go into any new neighborhood and you'll see it. Okay? But so you have some folks, they're able to see, right, before it's actually done, and they get in there ahead of time and they benefit the most. Some people will literally go into a new development and they'll just buy a home off the plans. So nothing is built. There's no model home, no nothing. They go buy the home off the plans. And when they start to build and all this stuff, right, and as soon as the first homes go up and they're starting to make sales, they just sell. And they're able to make profit just like that. Simple strategy. Okay, that some people are able to, master. And so they make their money just like that. You understand, folks? There's lots of ways to make money. The point is, for the majority of us, ONPASSIVE is what it's going to take to get us to where we want to be. Okay?
Wow. Thank you very much, Brother Michael. We really appreciate that. And just as you said, this paycheck mentality has been around for a long time, and for many, that it is going to be something that we have to be, choose and be determined to change that mindset. Thank God that we are here in ONPASSIVE and we have visionaries around us like you are here and you're talking to us. I think I'm one of those that believe in a paycheck, and I'll be going after. My son is trying to do some kind of business and I'm behind him like, you need to get a job. I'm sorry. But it is a mindset that we are working on and trying to get out of it. Mm-hmm. So with that said, I read somewhere that successful people are not gifted. They just work hard, then succeed on purpose. And just listening to you and also knowing what ONPASSIVE is. ONPASSIVE is doing a lot for us, which I really don't think that we need to do a lot of hard work. Or maybe we do and we are just relenting our efforts. But what is that one virtue that a person who is in this business of ONPASSIVE should possess in order to win?
Well, I'm not sure if it's one, but certainly patience comes to mind, right? Not you,
Yeah,
patience.
we need a lot of it.
Right? not you.
I was going to start selling it.
Right? Okay, there's only one patience. All right. But, certainly, we have to be patient, and we have to be consistent, right? We have to be persistent as well. So it's not one particular thing, right? But the fact that we made the decision to get in, that is the most important one, which all of us obviously are in already, right? But that was the main, because not everyone got in. Not everyone that you spoke to about ONPASSIVE decided to come along.
Mm-hmm.
And some may have come along and then decided to opt off the train, right?
Yeah.
So we certainly have to be persistent and sticking with it, right? And be determined that, no, this is it. This is my last business, right? Like, this is it, right? So comes what may, I'm here. I'm with our CEO, do it or die, right? So I'm going to do everything possible in my power to make sure I am there to reap the rewards, right? Consistent in that, if we do any type of marketing, right, we have to be consistent with it. Marketing is not something that is a single event, right? Not that we have to do it. Just the same way you didn't have to invite anyone into ONPASSIVE, but you chose to. Okay, that's a form of marketing. Word of mouth, right? It's a form of marketing. So in our efforts, we have to be consistent. So think of when you just got in and you decided to share it with other people. You have to be consistent in your effort in order to, generate a team of other founders, right? Some folks were able to go on to build, 500,000 on their team, some 100,000, some 10,000, some 1,000, some 100, whatever, right? Whatever the number is, the point is, people have to be consistent in what they're doing. You have to be consistent in who you are, right? I am the same way I was back in 2018. If you go back and listen to some of my earlier conversations, it's the same message. It hasn't changed, right? So I believe I'm consistent in my message. People, oh, well, you used to talk about money all the time. Now you don't talk about money and blah, 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 and all this stuff. Okay, there's no need to. It's a done deal. You understand me? The numbers are already been confirmed. We know what is what. Don't need to talk about that part of it anymore, right? We're getting ready for the stage where it just starts to flow on a consistent basis, right? So there's a consistency word again, right? So again, people just have to stick with it. Pay attention. It's because it's your business. How can you be in business but you have no clue what's going on? So that's why you call up, oh, Tom, what's the latest? Why are you calling me asking me what's the latest for? Why are you texting me what's the latest? You're sending me a message, what's the latest update? Right? You should know what the latest updates are, right? Because anytime our CEO comes, okay, some of our great founders, do a recap and they put it in the old founders back office for us. In case maybe you missed it, or maybe you want to hear it again, or maybe you speak a different language, so it's easier to just get it and translate it. All of that stuff, right? It's there for us. And some folks don't even take the time, which takes 2 seconds, to log into your OES, click on the old founders tab, and there you are. Click on updates. There's the message. Wow, look at that. Simple, right? And some folks are not even willing to do that. They rather pick up the phone and call you or send you a message and expect you now to convey to them, what's the latest? Where are we at? Like, really? That's nonsense. That's being irresponsible, right? I'm not saying that you have to be there for every single live webinar. No, But if you missed it, all you can do is log in and see if there's any written update and just read it for yourself. And if by chance there's something that you don't understand, now you can reach out and ask somebody for clarification, right? Nothing wrong with that. But at least make the effort to pay attention yourself. At least make the effort to get the information yourself. Get it from source. Don't, go to hear somebody's interpretation of it. Because maybe they're interpreting it wrong. Like, how do you know they interpreted it correctly? Right? Get it from the, horse's mouth, as they say, right? Go to the source. It's there. It's written down. Okay? And those recaps are, 99.9% reliable. Right? So, these are things that people just need to do. And don't make it be a chore. It's like, oh, I have to go log in again. Oh, I have to go read this. Like, no, like you should be excited. You know what I mean? It should be one of the first things that you do. If you're going on your computer, you're going on your phone, check and see what's going on for the day. Why not? Right? If I'm trading currencies, or let's say trading currencies, right? Before I go put a trade in, I at least want to check and see what's going on for the day. Maybe there's some news that's coming out that's going to impact how the market's going to move. You understand me? So I want to go pay attention to see what's going on first, right? It's the same thing with ONPASSIVE business. Okay, it's a new day. Let me log in, see what's going on. Okay, I don't have to log in every minute. I don't have to log in every hour. I don't have to log in 3 times a day. You understand? I can just have a routine though. Whether it be last thing at night, I go check, or whether it's first thing in the morning, I go check. But I should have some sort of routine, whether it's once a week. Again, it's on your schedule, folks. No one should dictate to you how often you want to log into your own business, right? So whether it's weekly, daily, monthly, that's on you, right? Just know that the information is being provided by people, not for themselves, but for you, so that you benefit. That's how we're helping each other, right? That's how we're helping each other. By having these types of webinars, right, where people can come together, that's how we're helping each other. You understand me? Because maybe you're having a down day. I don't, probably only my wife gets up every day and she's just smiling. Maybe she's the only person, because I certainly don't get up every single day. I'm smiling, right? Right. But she seems to, but anyways, right? The point is, you may be having a bad day, right? And so you come on this webinar today now and you walk away feeling, man, ONPASSIVE is so great. And then 24 hours later, somebody sends you a video and like, oh, really? Oh my gosh, what's going on? What's the latest? But you were just on a webinar the night before. You understand? That's human nature, right? That's human nature. That's just people, right? Unfortunately, we're kind of wired that way, and we have to kind of, transition to the point where we don't change like the weather. We're not in the UK where, you're driving and it's sunny and 2 seconds later it starts to rain, and you know what I mean? Another 2 seconds it's sun, right? Change like the weather. We don't need to be like, stay true to who you are. Stay true to who you are. And if you are, you will find happiness, right? You will find happiness, right? And when money comes, you're going to be even more happy. It's not going to make you happy. If you're not already happy, when the money comes, it's not going to make you more. It's going to make you more of whatever you are. Okay? If you're sad, more money is going to make you even more sad. Okay? And you don't believe me? Wait till the money comes and you will see. Okay? I promise you, that's exactly what's going to happen. So get in the habit now of being happy, right? Go through those 7 things that our dear sister Julie spoke about earlier, right? Incorporate that into your lives. Make it a way of life, right? Everything you do should be a way of, ONPASSIVE has become part of my life. It's the way of life. It's what I do, right? Or part of what I do, right? That's what we have to do, folks. Everything. If you want to lose weight, don't go on no program. Make it a way of life. You understand? If you're trying to, be educated, or make it a way of life to constantly learn it, right? Want to explore new ideas, new things, incorporate, new information into your life. Make everything a way. When you do that, when it becomes a way of life, it's easier to do. Okay? Yeah, I don't like looking at myself on this big screen, right? So make everything that you do a way of life. You understand? And it becomes a habit. And it's so much easier for things to happen. So folks, all of you, paycheck to paycheck, it doesn't matter, right? Business owner, and it, at the end of the day, we are all now business owner because of ONPASSIVE. So we're all doing the right things. And when you read Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, you'll see where it tells you those are the successful people in life. They're business owners or investors. They're not self-employed. They're not employees, because being self-employed just means that you're working for yourself, right? You're not a business owner. There's a difference between the two, okay? You have employee and then you have self-employed, okay? So yes, self-employed is a little better than being an employee, but ultimately you want to be a business owner. And ONPASSIVE is giving us that. ONPASSIVE is taking us to the top by making us a business owner from the get-go, right? That's what so folks, there are things that's happening and being done for us that we really don't understand, right? We really don't. But trust me, and just take my word that ONPASSIVE is putting us in the best position for us to succeed, period.
Wow. Thank you. Oh, wow. All right. I'm lost for words. Thank you, Brother Michael. Look, I'm loving this fireside chats thing. This is lovely. Wow, Queen Canla, please go ahead. Some more questions because I'm just lost for words. And Plottis answered my question, went across some of them, so I don't have to ask them again.
Oh my, thank you, Brother Michael. I am also lost for words as well. And thank you for that wonderful explanation. I'm just going to take it one step further with what you have just said. If you could explain or expand further from the lens of diversity, inclusion, equity, or equality, what the value of ONPASSIVE and our CEO, that it's there on the table that we have, but again, we seem to not be able to see it or appreciate it. I know you have said it could be for a myriad of reasons, maybe our own bias and because the fact that we are not there, sitting there to be able to be a part of it. But can you please expand further from the lens of that diversity? Because I believe ONPASSIVE has a lot more when it comes to that compared to any other business that we know or we have seen.
Well, if I understand you correctly, and I hope I do, ONPASSIVE is for everyone, everywhere. Okay, there's no one that's excluded, right? Now, you have some folks who join a business, and because they have no network, right? They do, but they say they don't, right? Because they don't understand. So they don't have a network. They don't have no contacts. So they have no one to sell the products to, introduce the business to, none of that. So they join these businesses, and so automatically, if you don't have that, you fail. Okay. You have to have traffic, right? And so your network is your traffic, right? In ONPASSIVE, because the company is doing all the branding, the advertising, they're going to provide you with targeted traffic, etc. Right? So then, for those people who are limited in that area, it doesn't matter, right? So you don't have to feel, well, oh, I can't do this business. I mean, I'm sure you've joined businesses before where you feel like, oh, I can't do that business. Well, why can't you do it? Oh, I can't sell, right? I don't know how to sell products. Right? I'm not a salesperson. Okay. So you feel you can't do the business. And you have people who join a business where, multi-level marketing, network marketing, and you have to refer other people into the business. And, oh, I'm no good at referring nobody. Oh, I got no friends left. Everybody is going to run when they see me coming because they know I'm bringing something to them for them to get involved in. Right. Yeah, we don't have any of those issues in ONPASSIVE because that's not what ONPASSIVE is about. ONPASSIVE is about customers. Okay. Think of Apple. What is that? Apple's about customers. All Apple wants to do is to sell more iPhones and everything else that they market, right? Amazon, they're just trying to sell their basket of goods. Okay. Any company, Microsoft, the list goes on and on, right? All these companies, they want to sell stuff. So it's all about customers. They need customers and they want to have repeat customers. So how do you get repeat customers? By having a subscription-based model. Okay. So ONPASSIVE as a subscription-based model. So that means you have repeat customers. So somebody coming and buy the product once, but they're going to buy again next month and next month and next month, right? You have a phone, a cell phone. Okay. Chances are you're on a plan that you pay on a monthly basis. Okay. Your electricity bill. Okay. Chances are every month you're paying for it, right? It's not a subscription, but it pretty much is, right? You're subscribed to the usage of that particular electric company, right? Let's say, right? And so every month, right, you're paying. So you're a repeat customer. You were a customer with them last month. You're a customer with them this month. Come next month, you're gonna be a customer again. Okay, your bank, right? Banks are smart, right? They charge you these small little fees, $4 a month for this account, $19 a month for this other account, and so on. They give you those small little fees, right? That's repeat business. You understand? This month you have an account with them. Next month you still have an account with them. Next month and so on. And they charge you these fees. Okay. Then they tell you, if you go to the ATM, that's not part of their network and you use it, well, we're going to charge you a fee. Right. And if you go outside of your country and you use it, okay, exchange fees, etc. Right. All these little fees. I call those micro payments. Right. Smart business. They make a killing doing just that. You understand? Right. So ONPASSIVE, right, it's a subscription-based business. It's focused on products. It's focused on getting customers to buy these products, right? And so because of the model, because of the nature, because of the way that the products will be sold, then it doesn't matter whether you can sell or not. It doesn't matter whether you can recruit or not, because it doesn't matter if you even believe in the product or not. It really doesn't. I mean, we hope you do, right? And if you have sense, you will, right? But the point is, though, even if I don't believe that, O-Connect is the best thing since sliced bread, people are going to buy it, whether you believe it or not, because they are the ones that are going to use it. If you choose not to use it, doesn't mean that other people won't use it. Other people will use it. Have you ever been in the business before and you actually have to sell a product and you don't even use the product yourself, but other people buy it from you? Of course. You understand? Happens all the time, right? You go to a Chinese restaurant and maybe they don't eat the food that they're selling to the public, right? But people come in and they're buying Chinese food all the time. You understand? A West Indian restaurant, same thing, right? Maybe you don't eat the food that you're selling, but other people come and they buy it. So it's not because whether you believe in the product or don't believe in the product, all that doesn't matter. What matters is what the public believes. Okay, it's their perception. Okay, and so ONPASSIVE is all about inclusivity because it is for everyone everywhere. Whether you're 18 years old, whether you're 50 years old, whether you're 90 years old, it doesn't matter. Whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Sikh, whether you're a Christian, Catholic, it doesn't matter, right? All those things don't matter, folks. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, red, green. It doesn't matter. Okay, I won't say, one race, because I only believe in one race. There's only one race, period, on the planet. Okay, don't let people fool you thinking there's more than one race. Okay, it's not true. It's a lie, right? The point is, it doesn't matter who you are, you will benefit in ONPASSIVE. You will benefit. It doesn't matter if you live in Cameroon, you're going to benefit from ONPASSIVE. It doesn't matter if you're in South Africa. It doesn't matter if you're in Trinidad. It doesn't matter where you are, if you're in Israel. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're good looking. It doesn't matter if you're not good looking. It doesn't matter. This company does not discriminate. It doesn't. You may have your own personal biases where people are concerned. You may have your own, discriminatory behavior. You understand me? As an individual, but we're talking about the company. We're talking about ONPASSIVE. Maybe you don't like Dr. P, right? I don't know, Canada. Maybe you don't like her. Right? You understand? Maybe you don't like Irene, right? But ONPASSIVE loves Irene. ONPASSIVE loves Dr. P. You understand? ONPASSIVE love all of us, right? That's what ONPASSIVE is. It's built with love. Love is part of its core makeup. And love does not discriminate. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that love doesn't have rules and regulations. Don't get me wrong now. Okay. There are certain rules, there's certain principles, etc., that we have to, live accordingly, live by, etc. Right. But the point is, all of us are welcome. Every single one of us. So all 8 billion people, even the babies, they're welcome in ONPASSIVE, because there will be something for everyone. And I mean everyone on this planet. There will be something for everyone in ONPASSIVE. Yes, that includes kids. That includes children. Absolutely. There will be something for everyone. That includes seniors. Okay. It includes the millennials. Everyone. Okay. So we are certainly inclusive. We know we're diverse, right? Because we make up from all 200 plus countries around the world. It doesn't matter your education. Like, all these things play a role, folks, because trust me, there are some businesses that you have to be a certain way. You have to have certain knowledge. You understand me? In order to succeed, right? I can take you and say, here's a chart, right, of I don't know, euro US dollar, right? Here's a chart. Okay, I want you to take this now and go make some money with it. Some people will be able to. The majority of people will not be able to. I can say, hey, here's a real estate course. Take this course, and we could get 100 people taking that course, and maybe 3 people will actually make money from that course, and 97 won't. You understand? I can say, hey, go join this business right here. I'm making money with it right now. All you guys come join it, right? And maybe only 5 people are going to make money from it. You understand? Yes. That's not ONPASSIVE, right? That's, all those examples I gave you is not something that's for everyone, because it isn't. Not everybody can go be an NFL football player. Not everybody can go play in the WNBA. Not everybody can go play golf or tennis. You understand me? Not everybody can and be good at it enough to be actually making a living from it. No, not everybody can be a lawyer. Don't think, oh, you can go to school and be whatever you want to be. That's not true, right? It just isn't, right? Because not everybody can be a lawyer. Not everybody can be a doctor. Not everybody that goes to law school actually graduate as a lawyer. You understand me? You don't have 100% graduation. No. Right? Not everybody that goes to high school actually graduate from high school. Not everybody that goes to university actually graduate from university. That's why you have people who are university dropouts. It's a thing. You understand, folks? Right? So, all those things that I've mentioned, they're not inclusive. It's not for everybody. It isn't. Right? Some things are for some folks. Some things are just not. Right? Just like food. Do you love every food that come across your face? No. There's some things. Some people love mango. Some people don't. Right? How could you not love mango, by the way? Especially Julie Mango. See that? Julie's here. Right? Folks, the bottom line is ONPASSIVE is for everyone. It's for everyone. Everyone. So that means that your market is so vast. We literally have a market of 8 billion people. 8 billion. Is everybody buying cryptocurrency right now? Does everybody own any type of crypto right now? Everyone? No. It's still a small percentage, right? Small percentage of the population. It's not for everybody. Eventually it will be, but right now it isn't, okay? The point is, folks, that ONPASSIVE is for everyone. And that's also a strategic advantage for us. It is, because what's better for you, to have a small market or a big market? If you're trying to make sales, you want to have a big market, right? As big as possible. Well, we have 8 billion people on the planet as our market. And it doesn't mean that we have to get every single person into ONPASSIVE as a customer. Well, certainly, we can all agree that there'll be hundreds of millions that will come. Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. Okay, no doubt about that. And if that's the number that we're talking about, do your own math. Put some numbers to it. Let's say we had, ultimately, so whether that's 10 years from now, 20, whatever, ultimately we have 1 billion customers with a B in ONPASSIVE. Do your own math, right? All these products that we're going to have, I don't know, let's say they're only paying $100 a month. Okay, not necessarily for one product. I'm saying all the products we're going to have, let's say they're only paying $100 as a customer. Times 1 billion, right? Multiply that by 12 to get your annual revenue that comes in, and you get to participate in that. You get to share in that. You don't think that's going to make a difference in your life? You understand, folks? Simple concept, but it's factual. Okay, that's what's going to happen to all of us, right? So rest assured, ONPASSIVE is for everyone, and that's a good thing.
Oh my goodness, I forgot. Thank you. I will just let it sink. I'm not going to add anything. Sister Irene, do you want to go with the next question before I come, or let everyone just take that in?
Yeah, well, let everyone take it in, and if anyone else in the leadership or anyone has a question for our brother.
Oh, wow. Wow. And Sister Irene and Sister Carla, let me know when I open the mic for the rest of our brand ambassador. Brother Michael, Sister Julie, you posted a lot. Sister Julie said we should surround ourselves with like-minded people. And one other book, like majority. Look, Brother Michael, it looked like you were just throwing the shade on me today, okay? But I'm going to take it with love because, hey, that's the truth. I don't like to read. It's true, right? I can't think of anything else except just getting somebody get a job and I go and give my good skill that can fetch me good money. They can offer my own a job, right? So I take it with love, right? Because this is to really push us to think, to be honest. Now when I look at it, why am I really working for somebody for 30 years? I could have opened my own consulting agency and maybe, just maybe I would have been doing better. But the fear is not a very good thing. The fear that I don't have the network, the fear that who is going to come to my consulting company, the fear that I really don't have any friends, the fear that anybody will say, oh, you again. Fear can really be something that can, what's the word I want to use? Be a handicap for our progress. And I like this gathering. And I was thinking about another book, The 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Person. I think that's one of the books
Stephen Covey.
Covey, yeah. It's one of the books that I dabble into reading a little bit. As I said, I hate to read. And one takeaway there is that you can be with, I know God created us to be a social being, but if it means that you have to be alone to be successful, it's okay. Read that book. You don't have to put people around you that are not of the same mindset of positive. And a lot of us put our hope in lots of things that are not the best way for us to put our hope in, right? I put my hope in people. You know, my sister is going to look for that job for me. In government, let the government do it. Let the government employ us. We put our hope in government, in people. And sometimes just money, right? Oh, as Brian Michael said, if I have the money, I'll do this. I'll be rich. I'll be happy. Trust me, if you're not a happy person, you have 1 million, you'll not be a happy person. Money is good, but it doesn't fulfill if you don't have the right mindset. So today meeting, I'm telling you, I'm liking this fire chat. And I was just like, wow, patience. You think you're smart, but you're really not smart. If you're smart, you will not be here every day relying for one paycheck to another. If they fire me today, I'll have to go and beg. I'll be ringing your doors. I need money to pay my forgive my rent. But thank God for ONPASSIVE. I always ask myself, who am I that I was so blessed for this opportunity to come now that I can really sit and not fear about retirement. You talk about Walmart a lot. If you go to Walmart, you see a lot of aging population there checking us out. They've retired, they've worked hard, decent people that work hard for maybe 70 years of their life or so, and they cannot go and retire and rest. They're out there trying to earn peanuts from Walmart. So this is really real, folks. This is serious.
And that's aging, not Asian. Okay, just to make that clarification, right?
Yes, you're right there. And so this opportunity that we've been given, and some people don't even take it serious because of that paycheck mindset. Oh, I've not started seeing the money drop in my wallet. I've not started seeing the money drop in my wallet. Don't talk about it until you start seeing the money. Because we don't have the business owner mindset. We don't. And but Michael, when you come out here, you help us. My mindset has changed, trust me. Although I've not really got off my bed and say, you know what, I'm going to start a business today. I just unpassive. Unpassive is it for me. So if it's not unpassive, what did you say? The question? I say it's only unpassive.
What?
Unpassive is what I breathe, drink, and sleep now. So one question that one of our leaders sent, because this is a really true unpassivian, and I think he wants to take his business to the next level. So he's asking, do we have the commercial version of O Connect that we can start taking it to companies? And if not, do you have like a timeline for that commercial release? This
Okay,
somebody go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, our CEO has said that we'll continue to improve upon ONPASSIVE, right? We know that the team is constantly in there making some changes, etc. So they'll continue to do that. But keep in mind that right now, if you take it to a company, they can't buy it, right? You understand? We're still waiting for the payment gateway to be sorted, etc. Right? So, me personally, I would not bring that to a corporation right now and say, hey, you know, in that scenario, you know, I would wait for the payment gateway to be functioning as it should, so that way, because I know they're going to love it. I already know that they're going to love it, right? So I want to make that good first impression that when I bring it to them and they love it, like I know they will, that they can buy it right then and there, right? You know, yeah, they can take the 14-day trial, etc. But at the end of the trial, I want them to, you know, pay for the product if that is their choice. So I want them to have the ability to do so. You know, so you know, that's what I would say with that is that just again, be prepared, make your list. You know, if you're someone that intends to go out there and share OConnect or ONPASSIVE in general, you know, make a list, you know, and get ready so that when you have that green light, you know what I mean? Then you now have to, okay, who am I going to share this with? And no, you're making all your plans, and you know, you should have stuff ready to go. Just press a button and you're good to go, because you've prepared yourself. So that's what I'll do right now. So as far as a date and time and etc., you know, we don't go by that. Let's just wait until we get further communication from our CEO, and then you know, we will know. There's going to be a mad rush, folks. You see when that payment processor, because again, most people are not, you know, using crypto at this stage, right? Most people want to use their cards. Okay, so you see when that green light comes, there's going to be a mad rush. Can you go back to September 1st, right, of last year, and the rush of people trying to go pay for OConnect? Okay, now we're talking about when we're bringing this to the public, there's going to be a mad rush of people paying for this product because number one, it's going to be more cost effective than anything that's out there in the marketplace. Number two, it's going to have way more features than anything that's out there in the marketplace. You understand? So when companies start to see that, oh, I can save money by using this, right? I already know churches, for example, that have virtual meetings, right? Today, right? They meet several times a week. Once or twice it's in person, but the other times it's virtual, right? So guess what? Here's OConnect. You understand me? And the same goes for corporations out there, companies that do meet virtually because they may have staff from around the globe, right? I believe our dear Debbie McCormick. I believe she's in Africa right now, right? In Gambia, I believe, right? So I know she travels a lot. So again, companies, the United Nations, etc. There's a lot of organizations out there that do virtual meetings. So guess what? Here comes O Connect. O Connect will be a standalone product. Will be something that people are going to gravitate towards. That's one product that I know for sure they're going to gravitate towards it because there's ample usage for it, right? Which is what we want. So just hang in there, and we will have all the right communication from our CEO with regards to that, and we will have the green light when for those who wants to share and introduce it to others, you'll be able to do so. So it's that is coming. That is coming for us.
Yeah, I know the folks that are really into it, I can tell you they have plans, so they can't wait. Thank you for that answer, and it's very clear. And one thing our brother said, I don't want people to get out here and start saying, oh, I heard Brother Michael say ONPASSIVE is for babies, means we'll have products that babies and kids to use, not that the babies will join the business.
They're going to build a business. They're going to be affiliates.
Please. I just thought I should bring that. Because but the brand ambassadors are running that baby can be affiliate. No, there will be something for everybody. I think that's what our brother meant.
But my focus and ONPASSIVE focus is on customers, folks. It's not even affiliates. ONPASSIVE focus is not about affiliates. ONPASSIVE focus is on customers. That's why we are so privileged, and people don't get this, right? We are in such a privileged position. And people, well, what about us as founders? What do we benefit? The company's not focusing on us. They're not. We already had our opportunity to get all the focus and the limelight and all these things. We've had that opportunity. Right now, it's about the public, and we should embrace that. We want the company to be focusing on the public, that everything that they're doing, they're preparing the products and so on, is about the public, because that's where the money comes from, folks. If they're focusing on us, that means the money's coming. That means the money is coming from us. Okay, someone's getting a call.
Just that one last question directed to him.
Sister Kanda, please mute your mic.
You may want to mute, sweetie. Yeah. Okay. Right. So think about this. Right. Where does the money come from? Who's buying the products? You want it to be us as founders, or you want it to be the public? Which is the larger group? The almost 8 billion that's out there, right? Or is it us, the 1 point something million? You know what I mean? The focus should be on that larger, that bigger market. That's what ONPASSIVE is focused on, folks. Okay, and that's exactly what we should want, and that's why I said we should embrace it. That the focus is off of us. They're not focused on us. The company's not trying to get billions of affiliates. No. Right? Why? Why would a company need that? The company wants billions of customers, yes. Okay. And those customers have to go somewhere. Where? To us as affiliates. You understand? So that makes the most sense. That's what we always say, that the founders are going to be like the smallest piece of ONPASSIVE, right? So can you imagine, there's let's say 1.4 million account holders, okay, 1.4 million accounts in ONPASSIVE, and then you get, I don't know, let's say 1.4 billion customers, okay? So divide 1.4 billion by 1.4 million, okay? See what you come up with. You understand, folks? Right? So if you had 1,000 customers, Irene, you're going to be in a pretty good place. You understand, right? And maybe you happen to be that person who have, I don't know, more than one account, because you have one for yourself and one for your spouse, or we'll not even talk about Dr. P. But the point is that she's laughing, right? Is that you have the opportunity to have all these customers that are coming in here, okay? whereby you get to, participate in the revenues that come from the sales of those products to those individuals, right? That's what OnPassive is about. It's not about affiliates, right? It's not about, well, let's go out there and get 100 million affiliates, and no, okay? Affiliates are going to be a tiny piece of the business, which is exactly what you want. Okay, think of any company that's out there that have sales staff. You understand? Think of a car dealership. Okay, in a car dealership, I don't know, you may have, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 10 salespeople, right? In the entire dealership. And okay, they want to have as many customers as possible. They would love to be able to sell a car every single day. You know what I mean? Right? So the larger number is going to be the customers that dealership is servicing, right? Not their salespeople, not their staff. You don't want to have more staff than you actually have customers. That makes no sense, right? So we don't want to have a business where you have more affiliates than you actually have customers. That doesn't make any sense at all. That means you're not making no money. Okay, you want to have a small amount of affiliates and a massive amount of customers. That's what you want, because that's how you win. That's how you generate wealth, is by having a whole bunch of customers. Can you imagine if you have all the customers that Facebook has? Like you as an individual, right? So you had all those customers. Facebook had over 3 billion, right? 3 billion with a B. Customers. Now, not all of them are active or whatever, but the point is they still have that number, right? When you combined Facebook, WhatsApp and so on, right? We combine all their companies together. Think about that. That's what we want, folks, right? So we want to see massive numbers of customers, pure customers, people coming just to use the products, not people coming because they're looking to make money. We're talking about pure customers. That's what we're looking for, okay? And that's what we're going to have in OnPassive.
Yes, thank you, Brother Michael. Customer, chin-chan, chin-chan, chin-chan. Thank you for that.
Look, there are many lines out there waiting. We're going to get them.
Yes.
Thank you, Brother Michael. We're going to get all the 8 billion people in the world. They're going to be customers here. Because OnPassive, everybody's going to need it. Everybody wants it. Sister Kanla, do you have any more questions for our brother?
Yes. One last question, Brother Michael. Oh my goodness, the excitement is just becoming so real, and I don't know if I'm able to contain it this time, because I am even more, intrigued, and I'm curious how you're going to answer this question and expand on it. So thank you again, as always, when you grace our platform, when you can on Sundays. It is always an honor and privilege. And everyone gets so curious, waiting to listen to you, because there is something special, there's something different. And the approach which you have, you dive into the topic of the day, like we have all seen this afternoon. So much enthusiasm, so much confidence. And with the powerful OnPassive business affirmations, you've just given us the value that our company has, and the value that our CEO has gifted, has presented us with this dream of OnPassive, with so much that is so motivating to all of us. But meanwhile, you do all of that in a gentle way, so calm, so focused, intentional, and you so organized and yet filled with so much humor, the way you deliver it to us. It is always inspiring and transformational every time we have that opportunity to be with you. So, to me, and I want to believe to everybody on the platform, so then What is your secret? How do you do it as a leader? What is it that we can learn more from you? Because
that's the question.
we are all glue here, and nobody seems to be leaving. So
that's the actual question.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm a very firm believer in God. Okay, and so I put everything to Him, like everything, right? And I always ask for guidance, even when I come on, every webinar. I always ask for the right words to say, etc. Like, I don't have, I make notes along the way, but I don't come with notes prepared, etc. Right? But I'll jot stuff down, and and all of that. If a thought pops into my head, I write it down, etc. But number one, I mean, obviously it's years of experience, right? It's not, ONPASSIVE is not my first, rodeo, let's say, in speaking and presenting and stuff like that. But I give all credit to God first and foremost, simply because I believe that, He can order my steps. He can, make my path clear. He can, grant me favor, etc. in all that I do, in all my endeavors. I believe that we're truly blessed, even to be in ONPASSIVE, right? I honestly believe that. It's not lip service. I speak the truth in every time I have something to say. So I just think it's that, the fact that if I leave everything to Him, then everything will just fall into place, right? Everything will be taken care of. He will guide me as needed, and He will make me say the right words that people will appreciate, and grant you favor, that people gravitate to whatever message that you have to bring, because people like truth, right? People like people who are real. There's in ONPASSIVE, there's no need to pretend, right? I'm sure some people do, like, don't get me wrong, right? But there is no need to pretend, and this is who I am, right? When you see me, yes, I'm that guy with that serious face, but I crack a joke or two here and there, right? To lighten it up. But I'm not a clown, so I'm not going to come on here and be smiling all the time. And you know what I mean? I am who I am. So I always try to be true to myself, whether in ONPASSIVE or otherwise. People that know me outside of ONPASSIVE, I am who I am. So I think that if you go through life trying to be the best version of you, not someone else. I'm not trying to be like anybody else, right? This is who I am, and this is how I am all the time, and I stay true to my beliefs, right? I believe in this company, so I stay true to that. No one can come and tell me anything outside of what I believe about ONPASSIVE, right? Unless it's coming directly from the CEO, right? Like, if he comes and he tells me something, so okay, right? But I've seen just like all of you, I've seen what I've seen, right? It's not like I have a secret window. You know what I mean? I've seen the same thing you're seeing, right? But I also use, whatever knowledge I'm equipped with, whatever wisdom I may have. I use whatever experience, things that I've seen a lot of things in life. That much I can say, good, bad, and ugly, right? So it's not always all good. But I use all of that, in everything that I do, right? So that's all that is coming to the table. You understand? So I think when you've make learning a way of life, then you end up with a lot of knowledge as a result of that, because you put the work in, right? You actually don't just tell someone to go read a book. You've actually read the book yourself, right? I'm one to read books over and over again. If I like something, I'll read it over again. It's like if I watch a movie, I'll watch the movie, like, and my wife, you watching that again? I'm like, yeah, it was good, right? So I'll go watch it again, right? I'm someone who, read the Bible on a regular basis, as an example. I've read it multiple times, but yet I go read it again, right? And some of those books that I've mentioned earlier, Robert Kiyosaki, I read them multiple times. I bought the game and played the game with my family, and stuff like that, right? So I practice what I preach, right? And so I think it's all of that, right? It's all of that combined, you can't be short on experience. You know what I mean? So I'm not coming into ONPASSIVE blind, in other words. Right? I'm not coming in there like, oh, wow, this is great. Okay, I love it. Fantastic. Go. No, I'm actually using sound business principles to support my belief. Right? I'm judging the person that's at the helm, right? And that is Ashmafara. I'm judging him, his character, right? As to aid in my belief, right? I'm judging the works that we've seen from what's been done in Hyderabad, what's been done in Dubai, and so on, right? The partnerships, all these are not light things, folks. You know what I mean? People take all these things lightly, right? So you have to put all of that together. It's not one thing. It's not because, well, I've not made no money yet, so I'm judging on. No, I'm looking at everything that I know that it takes in order to make the money. You understand? The money is kind of like the last piece of the puzzle, right? It's the result of everything that has been done prior to it, right? So I'm using all of that and putting it together, and obviously my background and all of that stuff. It's just everything coming together that makes me that confident in this company. I'm naturally a positive person. I'm an optimistic person as opposed to a pessimistic person. I'm a positive person as opposed to a negative person. I believe in the power of the mind. All these things, right? And I think all that comes together to just make me who I am. And I just try to be the best version of myself every single time, whether it be on this platform or whether it's, at my child's games or what, I mean? Just I make it a way of life, right? And so, and that's why I said earlier that we should make everything that we do a way of life. Because if you do, it comes natural, right? You don't have to pretend about nothing. There's no putting on of anything. You just flow. Right? You just flow because that's who you are. You understand? And so if we practice being the best versions of ourselves, then that will always come out no matter what. Even if people don't like it, so what? Who cares? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I don't need to try and make people like me because I really don't care, to be honest with you. Right? In a good way. Like don't take it the wrong way, right? In a good way. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna make what you think of me define me. You understand? That's what I mean by that, right? So obviously you want people to respect you and love you, and of course, right? But I don't do it looking for that. I don't do it for somebody to say, hey, good job. I do it because I think it's a thing to do, right? So all of that stuff. So I'm surprised that's the question. But anyways, I'm not even sure if I even answered the question.
Brother Michael, we appreciate that serious face because with the seriousness in that face, there's serious business. And in as much as the face is serious, we feel so, comfortable, to ask questions, to talk to you. You are very approachable. So don't mind if you have a serious face. We love it. That serious face, when you say something, I know that you said it in a matter of fact, and I take it serious. So that's what it is. Some people don't have a serious face, but they are not approachable. You don't feel comfortable really talking, expressing yourself, asking your questions. So we love you. That's serious. Thank you. Thank you. And that was a good question, Sister Kenla. And trust me, you answered it and it resonated with everyone. So thank you very much. So I'm sure that there are a lot of people that have their questions that they want to ask, but we're going to give Brother Michael a quick break for him to get a drink of water, and we'll do some updates, and then we'll come back to questions and discussion. So if you had your questions, hold tight on it, because we're going to come back to that in a minute.
I'll go check my laundry, okay?
All right.
Okay, that's fine. All right, Sister Irene, in the meantime, we will not be able to do the update because Dr. Derek
it's all right.
has a technical issue.
Sister Kanla, yes, Dr. Derek has technical issue, and Dr. John is going to
say a word.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so we want to acknowledge Dr. Derek, though he is away, and we hope he will still be able to join us if possible.
All right. And so our very own Dr. John, you've been hiding your face all day. I haven't seen it. But you can't hide all day. Dr. John, where are you? This is my bestest agenda. Item on the agenda. So over to you, sir. Dr. P, is he in the house? I hope
we cannot hear you. Is your mic open?
I hope he wasn't knocked out.
He's in. We can't just hear him. Can you refresh maybe your mic? Please?
But we can hear you now, Dr. P. If we are hearing every other persons, so we should hear Dr. John. We should hear Dr. John too. Or is he speaking from the spirit world?
Did you lock him in the bedroom?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
We can hear you now, Doctor. Dr. Pat want to hide you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good morning from wherever you are. I've just been sitting in the background absorbing what a beautiful, excellent, tremendous, I don't even know what other adjectives to throw at this meeting today. Wow, we started with Sister Julie. Thank you for that mindset. And then we had our moderators that have been doing like a really great job here. And I was just listening to a brother, Mike. I know he's stepped away, but a couple of things that he said that sort of really hit me, not that in a positive way. It's the belief factor. Absolutely believing in our Creator and God is the paramount thing. But when we believe in ONPASSIVE and believe in the direction that the company is going, then it would help us to overcome a lot of the obstacles that we face. And he mentioned some key things like being patient, being consistent, and also being persistent. I know that there are lots of us or lots of our fellow ONPASSIVians who actually think that what they did was buy shares in some company, and all they're just waiting is to be getting either an appreciation of their stock price or to get some dividends. So one of the things that we've been doing on this platform is obviously persistently try to build their mindset, which is what our Queen Julie did, and all the other mindsets that we have been having other weeks. And we persistently and consistently try to even bring back some of the updates that we get from our CEO, even though they get posted in the background or back office. We try to bring them. One, some people do not have the data. Some people do not have the time. Hopefully, if they listen to a presentation like what our brother just did here, and then they would see why they need to be doing that. So what I'm going to do is very briefly go through some of the highlights, focusing on what the CEO had to say about 4 days ago on 360 when he came and talked. The very first thing that Mr. Mufare said was that we should actually keep Mr. Kamal Mohammed's mom in our prayers because she was not doing very well, and that she was in Alexandria in Cairo for medical intervention, and so we should keep the mother in prayer. And then after he said that, I think the first, I would say the big part of his discussion, or a portion of his discussion, focused on what I'll call updates to O Connect. Just before I jump into that, all of us here either use an Android or we use an iPhone. We use computers. And every time we log in, it's quite possible that you find they will tell you that, oh, they have had a system update. So they tell you go and download this update so that you have the latest operating system also. And I think one thing that one of the leaders said, which is not really a strange phenomenon, but it just brought it to the forefront, is that most of the time when these companies, whether it's Apple, Microsoft, Google, when they launch these updates, it's usually because somebody found out that something was not working in their software, and then they fix it and redeploy it, and then they tell the rest of us to go and update our system, and we're like, whoo, newest update. Now we find ourselves within ONPASSIVE. We're in the kitchen. We're actually seeing how the meal is being prepared. So if somebody said, oops, I was supposed to put spice A and I missed it, now I want to put it, we know that the change that they're doing is because they either skip something or not. But one thing that I heard from the CEO, which was really interesting, is that ONPASSIVE and especially O Connect is going to be updated every time, and it will be continuous. We will not need to be deploying like system updates in order to get it. So when you log in, you just get the new update. You log in, you're always going to get the best. So think about it and think about technology we're using. Then you'll see that there is a difference between ONPASSIVE and what we are doing. So I don't know, my camera went off. I like to. So some of the things that Mr. Mufare said were that the tech team were planning to release a couple of updates by the 18th, but they were ahead of schedule, and so they are already live in O Connect. All of you who have access to your camera will realize that there's a drop-down menu next to your camera icon, and that the icon is bigger, which allows you to literally go in there and set the resolution of your picture that you want displayed. The default is medium, so you can literally go in to the drop-down menu and go to the Ultra HD if you choose to do that. The other update that you will realize is that if you click the participant icons and you get the list of participants come out on the left-hand side of the screen, one, that window has been made bigger. Two, you can actually just, when you go in there, you can X out by just clicking the X on the top right-hand side. You don't have to necessarily come back to that icon to click it. And the third change, that if you were observant, you would have realized that the week before last, whenever you click the list of attendees, you will see the individual's name and you see their email address underneath their name. The email address had been taken out. So, which is really good for, obviously, for security purposes. Don't want your email displayed to the world. And then there's also the log meeting button that is only available to host and co-host, not to everybody. He told us about the meeting ID. So if you log into your OConnect, you can either join the meeting using the meeting link, or you can use the meeting ID. If you used previously the meeting ID for a webinar, would use to bring you in as a speaker. And for a conference, it brought you in as a speaker also. That has been changed now. And if you go into any meeting with the meeting ID, it automatically brings you in as an attendee. The host can then move you into a speaker if that is a webinar. Conferences, since a conference is designed for everybody to talk, if you have the meeting ID, it takes you directly in as a speaker. So just those are just some of the updates that are going on in OConnect. And it was also mentioned that they added one of the resounds. There's like a happy resound there. So you want to play around with that, you can go check out for yourself. Mr. Mufare did mention that on a daily basis, there are more than 2,000 OConnects taking place, and that that the company is working very hard now for the next sales packages, and that information will be coming soon. In the meantime, every one of us should or will be having a few more days extension on their OConnect, and he did say that he is hoping that this is the last that this is the last extension. And you may be asking yourself, why all these extensions and extensions? The CEO really said it there, that right now, as we know, the main hold up has been really the issues with the payment processors who hijacked the ONPASSIVE's money, and that the legal aspects were being dealt with. But these companies, no matter what, they have a maximum of 6 months that they can hold the ONPASSIVE's money, and that 6-month window is running out. So what Mr. Mufare did mention is that they're not just trying to like run down the clock and get the money back, but working with governments and institutions at all levels so that this problem does not repeat itself anymore. And that's why some payments were made with crypto, and other payments that brand ambassadors were expecting, they didn't get made. So hopefully, once this mess with the processors is sorted out, ONPASSIVE would go ahead and clear all outstanding commissions before they want to take any money. And he did stress very seriously that ONPASSIVE could have decided to just keep taking more money, but since ONPASSIVE is not out there just for the money, a decision was made not to just be collecting when the means of payment were not there. And that very soon, we're going to have our own organic way of handling our payment processing, and everything will be good. Another update that was mentioned is the updates to the website. I hope you occasionally visit the websites for the new updates. But the latest update included the celebration of the Eid, which was the end of the Ramadan for our Muslim brothers and sisters. But the key thing that he actually mentioned there was the fact that the office addresses have been taken off from the website. So if you go there now and look at it, all you see is a rotating map with like shining gold stars denoting the locations of our offices, because even though it has been said over and over, we still have situations where individuals are walking into some of those offices uninvited. I mean, I don't know why people do that, because I remember, I mean, when I worked with corporate America, you could not even, you came in as a visitor, they kept you in a visitor's, in the security gate house, almost half a mile away from the main building, until somebody gave you clearance to come in there. So I don't know why we are going in there and trying to mess with our own corporate or our own business address locations. The CEO did mention that those are for administrative purposes and we should just stay away from them. Two other things that he mentioned, there may be more, I just looking at the ones I summarized, was that soon there will be a regrouping of some of the early bird founders for a brainstorming session to just look at the next steps for ONPASSIVE. Also, and the message was, if you are not invited to that, don't feel bad. It's not going to be like open for all type thing, and it doesn't make you any lesser of a founder. And then the CEO spent some time really talking about AI and how ONPASSIVE is really out there at the forefront with the big companies developing AI. But the key message that he brought in there was the idea that if we look at AI is really a double-sided sword. And it just like money or power, it can be used either for good or for bad. And the companies that are going to win the AI war are those that are going to be able to actually use it for good. And ONPASSIVE, as we know, is implementing all these tools and the solutions so that AI can be for the betterment of humankind and for ourselves. So needless to say that with this in mind, ONPASSIVE is well positioned to not only win, but dominate in the AI business. There's more write-up in the back office if you want to go or read it. But I thought that for the benefit of those who could not or who have not actually taken the time to go and check it, these are some of the highlights from the meeting that Mr. Mufare had when he showed up on 360 this week. Thank you for listening. And again, it's been an excellent session, and I hope you're all benefiting from it the same way that I have been able to benefit. And to our brother King, Mr. Michael William M. Wow. I really thank you for everything that you have shared today. And I realized there's one thing there that many of us, you know, when you talked about the Robert Kiyosaki book, the cash flow quadrants, many of us, we've come into ONPASSIVE in quadrant number 1. We are employees. And a few of us in quadrant 2, self-employed. And then when we want to venture to any other quadrant, the only way we have been brought up is to think about investing, even though we don't really understand how to invest, but we throw money into things. And so there are lots of people that came into ONPASSIVE or they heard about ONPASSIVE and they just think it's one of those companies that they're going to go buy some shares in them or buy some stock. And we actually having kind of a bit of mindset difficulties, if I can use that word, to make them understand that they're not going into quadrant 4, but quadrant 3 as business holders. And when we look at people like yourselves who come in here and you really inspire a lot of us, that really is something which I can say, even if we were not refunded our $97 from ONPASSIVE. Just the knowledge you have shared today alone, forgetting about all the other times you have been here with us and blessed us, have more than covered for that $97. Unfortunately, we have all of that in our pocket, and you're now giving us all this knowledge for free. So I just want to thank you and tell you how blessed I feel when you come up to this webinars. So thank you once more, and I want to stop here and hand it back to our moderators.
Thank you, brother Dr. John. Our brother Michael, do you have a response for him?
Thank you. I agree that in ONPASSIVE, we have lots of great people that share, lots of great information. It's not one or two or three. There's quite a few individuals that have kind of stepped up to give of themselves, right? I think it's more of that people are willing to give of themselves, and I can't wait for Academy. Because I think we're going to see a lot more of that sharing, where people will have a variety of courses, free and paid, I'm sure. But certainly people can pick and choose what they want to participate in and benefit and continue that growth and development that I think is a lifelong journey. I don't think we, reach a point where we know everything or we have everything, or, you know what I mean? I think we continue that process and, just continue to learn. You're 80 years old, you're still learning. You're 85, you're still learning. You just continue until the day you depart this side of life. To me, it's a good practice to always want to learn. And you can learn from any and everyone. It doesn't have to be someone who has a PhD or, you know what I mean? That not necessarily the case. You could see a person on the street and they may drop some knowledge on you that, oh, I never thought of it that way or never heard of that before, etc. Right? So it's not always someone, who's been inside of a classroom either. We can learn from any and everyone. There's lots of life lessons to be learned as we continue this journey, of life. So, it's certainly my pleasure to give what I can, to share what I can. Again, just being yourself, right? And if that's who you are, that's who you are. And as I said, when we get more money, we become more of who we are, And so I think there'll be a lot more blessings coming our way from a lot of great individuals within ONPASSIVE. We don't need to look any further than our foundership base to see that, we come from a variety of backgrounds and all of us have something to give. You may not think you have something to give, but I believe all of us have something to give, whether big, whether small, it doesn't matter. But all of us can share because you may have experience that I've never experienced. You know what I mean? So we can always give a different perspective, on our ONPASSIVE journey for sure. But thank you, Brother John. Always good to see you. Again, so many great people.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Michael. Dr. P, at this time, I think we can go ahead and close the YouTube so we can get into the rest of the general questions.
All right. Finish meeting, then you call.
Yes, I know a lot of people are waiting to ask their questions. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you for all the speakers. Thank you, Brother Michael. Thank you, Brother John. Thank you, Sister Julie, for really impacting us. But I see some exciting questions in the chat as well. So we're going to dive into that, but not to make this video long in YouTube. We're going to stop the YouTube section. And before we stop it, do we have our Q&A team in the house? So we'll make sure we're going, you are ready. Dr. Benny, Sister Yvonne, are you guys in?
Yes, I'm here, sister. How can I help?
Yeah, so
Sister
yes, just okay. So
Sister
Sister and
Yes,
Dr. Pastor Paul, please, can we just wrap up this section and open it? And Sister Yvonne, please introduce yourself. Saisha and Sister Benny, please.
Okay, my name is Yvonne Finn. I am a proud monitor of the chat. So I'll be posting the questions for Brother Michael when time comes. Thank you very much.
All right, my name is Benny Tinglet. I am a proud monitor as well and a question and discussion team. I am here to help each and everyone who is willing to comment. Thank you.
All right, thank you all for watching us. See you next week, same time on YouTube. But we're going to continue on Okonegia, our beautiful platform. If you're a brand ambassador, log into your OES, go to your O founders. You'll find a link there. Join us with the fire chat conversation with our brother, Mike Ems from Canada. We're going to continue this series. He's going to be here again in May. Let me give you the right date in May to continue the conversation. I will try to make it as relevant as possible and to reflect where we are in ONPASSIVE. Thank you, Brother Michael, to always keeping it real. So he will be with us on May 19th for Fire Chat Part 3. We love this Fire Chat series. Thank you for coming and see you in May with our brother again. So